In our previous lesson, we mapped out the 7 layers of the OSI model. It is a pristine architectural blueprint that organizes complex networking into a perfectly standardized framework. But there is a catch. The modern internet was not built using the OSI framework. Real-world networking bypasses this theoretical model entirely. Instead, the physical infrastructure of global communication relies on a simpler, implementation-focused architecture, the TCP/IP model. To understand modern distributed systems, we have to map the theoretical concepts of OSI directly to the deployed reality of the 4-layer TCP/IP stack. Identifying where these two models diverge is essential for anyone moving from theoretical study to the practical design and maintenance of networked systems. Long before the modern internet existed, research engineers were tasked with connecting disparate networks. They did not have the luxury of waiting for an elegant international standard. They needed functional communication systems immediately. Where OSI focused heavily on creating a comprehensive, theoretical standard for any possible system, TCP/IP focused entirely on practical, scalable implementation. The adoption of TCP/IP was driven by a simple metric: it worked. The protocols function reliably in real-world environments under varied conditions. Because the protocols already worked successfully, networks expanded rapidly around them. The global internet grew outward, cementing TCP/IP standards into the physical hardware. The foundation of the modern internet was determined by the survival of the most practical implementation, rather than the most elegant theory. Looking at this structural map, we can trace exactly how theory translates to reality. On the left are the 7 distinct departments of the OSI model. On the right, we will build the TCP/IP stack. The first major architectural consolidation happens at the top. The top 3 OSI layers merge. This creates TCP/IP Layer 1, the application layer. This single layer absorbs all responsibilities for user-facing software logic, data formatting, encryption protocols, and session management. Suppose you visit the OpenAI website. Your browser uses this single application layer to select the HTTPS protocol, prepare the data encryption, and manage the communication session simultaneously. For software developers, the complex theoretical divisions of OSI are handled as one unified operation within the TCP/IP stack. Stepping down the stack, we find a direct one-to-one translation. The OSI transport layer slides over to become TCP/IP Layer 2. This layer dictates communication behavior. It manages the reliability, ordering, and overall speed of the data transfer. When you download a large file, this layer utilizes the TCP protocol. TCP enforces rigorous reliability. If a data packet goes missing during the download, the system halts, executes an automated error recovery to retrieve a replacement, and ensures exact packet ordering before moving forward. Conversely, when you join a Zoom video call, this layer utilizes the UDP protocol. UDP prioritizes continuous speed over perfect reliability. If a packet of video data drops, the stream continues immediately without pausing to recover it. The transport layer dictates the strategic trade-off between precision and latency for every application on the internet. Moving further down, the OSI network layer translates into TCP/IP Layer 3, the internet layer. This layer is responsible for global packet movement. It handles IP addressing and the continuous routing decisions that direct traffic across borders. If your laptop sends data to a server in Singapore, the internet layer calculates the optimal multi-network routing path to get your data across the globe. Which brings us to the base of the architecture. Here we see the second major consolidation. The complex OSI data link and physical layers merge to form Layer 4, network access. This layer takes over MAC addressing, Ethernet frame creation, and all local hardware communication. It executes the final conversion of code into physical reality, translating digital instructions into electrical pulses through a cable, or radio waves from a Wi-Fi antenna. Without this final consolidated layer, even the most advanced software remains trapped within the physical hardware of its host machine. Watch how these 4 layers operate together during a standard web request to a site like Amazon. First, the browser triggers Layer 1, wrapping the raw data with HTTPS logic. The payload drops to Layer 2, where TCP sequencing is applied to guarantee delivery. At Layer 3, exact destination IP routing instructions are appended. Finally, Layer 4 seals the package with a MAC address and converts the entire structure into transmittable physical signals. Every single internet action triggers this precise four-step cascade. This architecture extends far beyond consumer web browsing. It is the framework dictating enterprise-grade back-end infrastructure. Massive cloud providers like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud are built upon these exact TCP/IP routing principles to move data between millions of nodes. Consider Kubernetes, the current standard for modern container orchestration. Kubernetes pod communication, load balancing, and internal traffic management rely on these foundational TCP/IP mechanics to keep distributed applications synchronized. Modern REST and GraphQL APIs also depend on this architecture to expose endpoints and transmit data across different environments securely. While cloud engineering and DevOps involve many disciplines, the four-layer TCP/IP stack remains the inescapable foundation that allows these systems to communicate. This brings us back to our starting question. If TCP/IP dictates how the internet actually operates, why do we still need OSI? Because OSI provides an unmatched conceptual map for isolating failures and diagnosing security threats layer by layer. While OSI helps us categorize where a problem is occurring, TCP/IP describes the reality of how that data is moving through the network hardware. These models do not compete. OSI is designed for granular analysis. TCP/IP is designed for practical execution. Navigating the relationship between these two frameworks is a core skill for site reliability, cloud engineering, and cybersecurity professionals. To master that relationship, we must now examine the actual protocols driving these layers, starting at the network access layer with Ethernet. Behind every cloud deployment and modern API lies one pragmatic four-layer architecture powering global connectivity.